Hi, everybody. My name is Seth Hoffmeister, and I'm the chair of the City of Green Bay Sustainability Commission. I just wanted to take a few minutes here to talk with you about how our Sustainability Commission was created and some of the work that we're doing locally to address climate change in the area. The commission was created at the end of 2018, and it really came about as a collaboration between the group Joshua and the group that I work for, Wisconsin Conservation Voters. So our two groups have worked together with the Environmental Justice Task Force for a number of years now. We collaborated on stopping the Back 40 mine and working with the Brown County Board to pass a resolution to stop that, and on the Prove It First sulfide mining bill. And we really got frustrated, especially when President Trump took office, at our inability to address a lot of these environmental issues at the state level and at the federal level. For us, it was really Trump pulling out of the climate accord that made us realize that we needed to take climate change into our own hands and to act locally where there's less partisan entrenchment. So we asked the city to create a sustainability commission to do that, to look into things that our government can do locally to use more clean energy and to be more resilient. And in just a few short months, our collaborative campaign was successful, and the city created the Sustainability Commission. I was appointed to it along with a number of other really great folks in the community, and we started working on a number of goals. The number one goal that I brought to the table was making sure that our city was committing to 100% clean energy by 2050. Really, one of the most important things that we can do, and something that's within our control as a city, is to use more clean energy to curb climate change. We also just started discussing a number of other goals. If you live on the east side like me, you see a lot of flooding. And really, all across the area, we see a lot of flooding that's gotten a lot worse in the last few years. And that's because of climate change. We're really lucky to have a stormwater management expert, Julia Nordyke, on our commission, who works for UW-Sea Grant. And with her expertise, we've been able to start looking at our stormwater systems, our infrastructure, and what we can do to make sure that our city is physically ready to take on the impacts of climate change. So things like green infrastructure, more trees, all sorts of things like that. We also have another expert on our commission, Mark Walter, who talks a lot about waste, and he's been able to help us figure out how we can pursue zero waste as a community. One of the things that he's looking at is a curbside composting program, which I'm really excited about. We've also just been doing an incredible amount of outreach to different businesses, industries, and other community organizations and community leaders who are interested. Um, Myself and our vice chair, Ned Dorf, who you'll also be hearing from in another video series here, and John Arndt, another commission member who works at UW Green Bay, have been working. We created a clean energy working group, which is kind of a collaborative space for other folks in the community to come together. One of the really exciting partnerships that we've developed on our commission and through our working group has been with NWTC and their Energy Center. Their students have helped us benchmark every city building. And what benchmarking is basically just saying, here's how much energy we're using, here's how much energy we've used in the last few years, to help us figure out how we can begin making those reductions. John has been working with some experts to dig a little bit deeper into those numbers to figure out what our carbon baselines are to use, again, as more benchmarks for how we can hit that 100% clean energy goal by 2050. So we've set that goal as a commission. The 100% Clean Energy Council has approved it. The Mayor Genrich is supportive of it. So now we're just working on hitting that. We made some recommendations for $60,000 of solar. So we're going to have a solar array at Light Park downtown, which will eventually have a free electric vehicle charging station. and we're looking at putting up a couple solar arrays on some fire stations. We still have a lot of work to go, but our goal is to, within the next year or so, come up with a really comprehensive plan to get all of our municipal electricity to come from 100% clean energy sources, and then to begin looking at things like fleet vehicles. We also have a number of other local governments and school boards in the area that have made similar commitments or are looking at doing so that we're really excited to collaborate with. There's a ton of great resources out there and a ton of awesome people in the community that are doing work around clean energy, and it's really just beginning in Green Bay. But that really wouldn't happen without the engagement and involvement of folks like you. So thanks for your support, and I'm really excited for what we can continue to do. Thanks for listening, and I hope you all are well.